Hello lovelies, Dr. Lucy here. How are you tonight? Just 6 o'clock and daylight savings has finished. I'm just waiting for Instagram to catch up, which apparently it's checking the connection. Not entirely sure whether anyone can see this or not, but the Instagram phone's over here and it's too far for me to reach. So anyway, whatever. Lovelies, I hope you're happy, healthy and well. Hello Veronica, how are you gorgeous? Hello Jane. I want to show off my new top, which just happens to be in beautiful RLN colours. Oh, hello Instagram, welcome. This was just such a find in when we were away up at Monday Market earlier in the year, and I just had to buy it because look, it's totally RLM. Just needs maybe some navy. There's no navy in it, but you know, you can wear navy jeans. So I was super excited about that and just wanted to share it with you. Yay, great colours. Thank you, Lisa Marie. I was chatting with one of my friends today at about 5:20 and she says, what are you cooking tonight? And I go, I don't know, to go and see what's in the fridge. So I have in the fridge found these, you know, burgers. So these are cleavers. I totally love them. They're called a chunk of brisket burger. They've got nothing, no nasties in them. So when you look at the ingredients, it's beef, 95%, some salt, onion, some grass-fed beef fat, a little bit of salt and some pepper. Like seriously, how good's that? Hello, lovelies. Yes, thank you. I totally love the top. I know, I'm so thrilled. Hello, Liz. Oh, I know, I've got everyone going, hello, hello. So anyway, these need to be eaten today. So these are going into the thing. I found, I think this is a zucchini, definitely needs to be eaten today. And this is obviously a capsicum, which probably doesn't need to be eaten today, although actually looking a bit closer it does. Looks like one of my children has had a little sliver out of it. So basically I'm thinking, right, what am I going to cook with these? So then I thought, well, I don't want to just do a burger because seriously, you guys don't want to watch me cook a burger. So I'm just going to cook a vague version of a burger casserole. And so, of course, some mingle, just a spag bowl. This, you know how much I love this passata brand, Valverde. This is called the Rustica brand. Yes, Veronica, you've loved the cleavers too. Majority of them are really good. So this is called the Rustica brand, the Rustica thing, and it's a bit thicker. I don't think you can buy it in Woolies. I think you can only buy it in Coles if you're, you know, in Australia. But I like it because it's a bit chunkier. So that'll be going in. Then I found some eggs in the fridge. I thought, oh, I'm sure they can go in there somewhere. And then I thought, oh, of course I found a bit of onion that'll go on the bottom of it. And then I thought, right, I'm gonna see how I feel, see what it looks like. But I've either got some feta to go in it or some sliced cheese. I thought, you know what, let's just wait. Let's just make it up as we go. What have you guys been watching on telly? That's what I'd like to know. I know it's not really cutting edge, real health and weight loss information, but I wanted to share with you that I have been watching The Maid, I think, or Maid, I can't remember if it's The Maid or Maid on Netflix. And I'd seen it a few times and I thought, oh, it's about domestic violence. I don't know if I'm quite ready to watch a thing on that. You know, it's a bit harrowing. Anyway, we decided to watch it. It's bloody brilliant. Has anyone else watched it? You're watching Bridgerton, Jacinta. I'm so jealous. I would love to watch Bridgerton, but my husband's apparently allergic to period drama, so that's going to be a watch by myself one. So I know, you know, I am the boss of me and I could be watching whatever I want, but we do watch the telly stuff together. So, all right, I'm just whacking the onion in. So I've got my little thing over here, which the Instagram people can't see, but you know it. It's just that thing over here. And Facebook, for some reason, you get to see everything, including my kitchen sink. So I'm just going to put that on for a little bit. And while that's going, I'll do a quick chip chop of these veggies. So anyway, I totally love it. And in it, Andie MacDowell. So if you've seen Andie MacDowell lately, she is magnificent in this. She's a tricky character because she's a tiny bit unlikable. she's a bit mean to her daughter, and she has got bipolar, so that's very hard, and you know, you have to be a bit compassionate about that. But the character she plays, it's amazing. But one of the things I love the most about her, she has beautiful, magnificent hair that we all know Andie MacDowell has been famous for over the years, and it's completely grey. Well, it's not completely grey, there's a bit of black through it, but it is definitely on the grey, the charcoal side of grey. Suits her so well, and I just love that she's just being, I don't know exactly how old she is. Let's say she might be late 50s, I reckon, maybe 60. And she's not bothering to try and pretend she's 22. She's not got, you know, she's not plumped and nipped and tucked and any of the things. She is just beautiful, magnificent Andie MacDowell. And then the most amazing thing is that the main character in it, the daughter in this show, is actually Andie MacDowell's daughter, like in true life. So this girl called Margaret, I think her surname's Quell, is actually Andie MacDowell's daughter, which is so amazing because I kept looking at this girl going, oh my God, she looks so much like a young Andie MacDowell. And then I did a bit of Googling, and there she is. So yes, I would definitely recommend that. So what other ones have people been watching? Has anyone watched? Yes, I know Bridgerton. I will definitely be watching that. Is there anything else that's good? Like anything that husbands would like? Because that's the bit that we're struggling with. Mind you, he's a particularly fussy husband, so maybe you can't help me out. So anyway, I've just flung a bit of onion in here. It's just doing its thing. I can turn this up a bit. Then what I'm going to do is just cook these burgers. Now, as I said, I could just do burgers, but really, it's not that. It's a bit boring. Oh, Your Honour, thank you for that one. Yellowstone, another good one. Good. Keep them coming, girls and boys. I love to know a couple of others. We have, so the channels, I guess you probably need to know those. We have Netflix and Stan. And what's the other one I've got? And then just, that's the only ones we've paid for. I tried to get Binge. Does anyone have Binge? 1883 on Paramount, or I'll have to go and look up how to get that. We tried to get Binge, but it doesn't go onto my telly. I think what you can do is I can probably get it onto my iPad and then mirror, maybe? Does anyone else do that? Clickbait. Oh, that sounds good. The split. These are fantastic. So you know when I get off this cooking show, because I can't read them all, they go fast. I'm going to go back and have a look at them. So super excited. Thank you, darling. Thank you very much. Okay, so seriously, I've just flung in some onion. Oh, you're doing Troppo at the moment. Is that any good? Oh, and I've seen that RuPaul. So Andrew's written she's watching RuPaul, or however you pronounce it. And it's a drag queenie type thing, and I've been a bit scared to watch it. Is it good? You tried Binge on Chime, you streamed it through your tablet onto your telly. Thank you, Veronica. I thought that's what you might be able to do. I started it, and then I went, oh, I can't get on my telly, I'll just cancel it. And then I thought later on, you could probably somehow mirror it. I'm sure that's doable. So I think maybe we'll go back and do that. Now, while this is cooking, it's fantastic. Oh, good, Andrea. Oh, I'm feeling a bit excited. So basically, I'm just shoving these hamburgers in. I've got my giant thing today. The other thing I wanted to tell you, lovelies, about is today I recorded a new podcast, and it is with my muse for the teacups. So the person who inspired me to become obsessed with teacups, and I have told her that I will hold her personally responsible if I become destitute because I've spent all my money on teacups, is a beautiful girl called Emma McQueen. She was actually our business coach, because remember, Mary and I know, we often talk about, we don't know much about business, we know about medicine, we know about weight loss, I'm sort of learning how to cook, we know a lot about a lot of things, nothing about business, nothing about organising, nothing about systems. So we got Emma to help us, and she's such a beautiful soul. So she, look out for her podcast, and I've called it A Chat with the Queen. How hilarious is that? The other thing, for those of you, again, I wish I had my Instagram going a little bit this way. In fact, you know what I can do? How's this? Sometimes I'm just amazed at my genius when I come up with a different plan. I can just move over here so that I'm not doing Instagram. I'm sort of having to do a bit of this like lumbar dancing. What's it called? Limbo. The limbo when you're doing all anyway. My big thing this year has to be to have a bit more fun, and that's the earrings and the bright clothes, and it's so working for me. I cannot tell you how much better I feel. But we went and saw Moulin Rouge. So it's finishing up in Melbourne soon, sadly. But if you're in Sydney, I think it's going to Sydney next, definitely go and see it. Definitely. It would have to be, I reckon, one of the highlights of my life in recent years. Now, admittedly, we have been in a pandemic. There hasn't been much going on. So fun. Absolutely brilliant. So fun. And I just was thinking, what a gift these actors, these performers give the audience. Because at that moment, the whole audience was totally enraptured. Like they're just there, they're watching, and I was stealing these glances from side to side, and all I could see was people like, when they've just got their mouth open and they're just, oh my God, and then there's clapping, and then there's people up dancing, and I just thought, so amazing that this thing has these, I don't even know how many people are in that region, I don't know, let's say 500 people are all transfixed. So for that moment in time, those couple of hours, they're not thinking about their mortgage, they're not thinking about the tax, they're not thinking about, washing, they're not thinking about anything. They're just in the moment. It's like mindfulness on steroids. So I thought, you know what? All of us adults need to make sure that we schedule in fun for the month. So while I was there, I chopped up these things. So they're just going in. Chop in these. All right, and then I'm gonna get my jar of this thick pasta sauce. So Rustica is a good one. Just swap some of that in. And my mingle, just fling that in. And then I'll give it all a bit of a stir. I'll put a bit more in. You can do, I happen to have a giant pan, mainly because my other pan, my one that I like, is in the wash. It's actually not in the wash, it's in the fridge with last night's dinner in it, which I could have had tonight, but of course I'm cooking. So last night I cooked another great meal, quite similar to this actually, but with sausages, and it was a curried sausage version. Okay, so I'm just putting this on. Burgers. Veggies are all covered in sauce. I know you can't see, so I'm going to show you. So burgers, veggies covered in sauce. Burgers all covered. I'm going to put the lid on a bit to let those veggies cook. And then what I'm going to do, I think I will put this in. Put some feta in, just to give a bit of salt through it. And I just love feta taste. I'm just flinging a bit of that. And I'm going to crack some eggs in it as well, just for an added bit of protein. So you remember that our philosophy at Real Life Medicine, pick your protein, add some veggies. If your protein is lean, add some fat and add some flavour. So this one will fit this perfectly. So the protein is obviously the burgers. They're not done with a low fat meat, so they're not lean. This has got some protein in it, this cheese. Let me have a little read. Remember, this is one of the good ones that doesn't have seed oils, so always check your feta because it can have seed oils. So this slice, this thing here is, whatever it is, 200 grams. It's got, so it's about 16 grams of protein, which actually fits in with cheese. Soft cheese is about 16 grams of protein per 100. Hard cheese is about 25 grams. It's got a bit of fat in it, about 20% fat. No carbs, so the rest will be water. Because remember, your three things that are in food, protein, fat, carbs. Fibre, for Australians, is counted as a separate thing. Fibre, if you're for Americans, is part of your carbohydrate count. And if those three things don't add up to 100 grams, then the rest is water. Kind of simple, isn't it? So I'm just going to Did you notice my very un-chef-like chopping? And then I'm going to add some eggs in the top, like a bit of a, what do you call it? Rancheros, Heuvos, Rancheros. Those Mexican eggs that are in there. Just, again, why not? I can do a bit of protein, add that in. And then if I feel like it, I'll have a look and see what it looks. You can always sprinkle some cheese on at the end. And then dinner, that's your dinner. So suddenly you've got a kind of a burger thing with this sauce that will have veggies through it with some cheese and the Heuvos, whatever they're called. So, now, you know, I always like to talk to you about something this week. So this week, I'm going to talk about, and this is again, in our 12-week course, we're up to gut health. But what we've actually been talking about, because I did last week's coaching call, we talked a lot more about, again, mind management. Because you know that it doesn't, oh, Liz, you're going to Woolon tomorrow, you'll have a delightful time. Now, knowledge about anything you do where you've got knowledge is useless if you can't implement that knowledge. Okay, so for all of those who know about low carb but have trouble implementing it, what is the thing that is stopping you implementing it? It's our brain. Our brain is the thing that stops us implementing stuff that we know is going to be helpful. Ooh, that was good. Just giving a little stir. Turn that down a bit. So just give that a bit of a stir. Now, here's the thing. Anything in life, we have the ability to change our thoughts about it. That's essentially what mindset is. Mindset is seeing a thing, having a thought, and working out, is that thought going to be helpful to you or not? Is that thought going to get you to where you want to go? So as an example, and I was talking to a lovely darling about this today, potato salad. My thought is that potato salad tastes delicious. It's a thought. I know you go, no, it's not. It's true. It tastes delicious. Well, it's really interesting because remember, taste is something that goes. And if potato salad tasted delicious, they really would have invented potato salad chewing gum, but they haven't. And so the idea that it tastes delicious is what our brain says, but you can sometimes talk to it about whether that's actually true. Is it true? In which case, you can decide it doesn't taste delicious. You can actually decide, well, it just tastes like potatoes and a jar of mayonnaise fling together. Would you eat cold potatoes by themselves? Probably not. Would you eat a jar of mayonnaise by itself? Probably not. Somehow when they're put together and a couple of chives are added on, our brain goes, oh, that's nice. So you can decide anything you like. Now, one of the things that I'm working on this week, and this is a confession, okay? Because, you know, as you know, Mary and I are always talking about how we're having to work on our own minds. We are not perfect, and there is stuff that we have to work on. So the other day I was at work, in the clinic, busy day, long day, fasting, probably a mistake because I was there later than I anticipated, and I was actually a bit hungry, and I had about 3 things to do that were going to take me probably still 45 minutes. So there was my brain was going, oh, you're hungry, you've still got 45 minutes, what are you going to do? And, you know, I sort of got up, had a little walk, so I was tired, I needed a bit of energy. And what did my eyes spy in the doctor's surgery? You would eat a jar of mayonnaise, Lisa. What did I spy? A jar of jelly beans. And what did my brain go, oh, they might help you. Jelly beans. I mean, seriously. So knowledge, my knowledge knows jelly beans, glucose. Not that helpful. But my brain goes, oh, jelly beans, but they're bright, they're colourful, they're enticing. They will give you energy, and you just need a couple. That's all you need is a couple. So what do you reckon happened? Well, I had a couple, then I had a couple more, and quite a few more. I didn't actually have any energy. I got to the point where I didn't even want them, but I still kept eating them. Because for me, 1 is too many, and 1,000 is never enough. So my brain goes, oh, they're nice. Oh, I like the blue ones. And so now, when I go to work, and anyway, so I finished my work, got the hell out of there, felt a bit sick, and thought, oh, Why'd I do that? I don't know. I know why, because my brain decided it might be a good idea, because I fell for that old line that I sometimes fall for when I'm vulnerable, that, you know, just have a couple, just have one, just have a few, it'll be fine. You don't eat jelly beans, so you'll be all right. You know, the usual rubbish. Anyway, now what's happening? What do you reckon's happening? I'm going to work, and every day now my brain's going, oh, jelly beans, and it's trying to trick me back into them. It's trying to say to me that you can have a few. You'll be all right. And of course, I'm smarter than my brain, because I know that that's actually rubbish. So it is much easier for me to abstain completely than have a couple. Much easier. Now, what mind management have I had to do? So I've had to have a big talk, because I think what it is, it's the colours. I mean, I'm drawn to colours. We all are. They look like glittering jewels. Oh, how exciting, how enticing. That's why they make them. I mean, why else do they make M&Ms coloured? Why else do they make Smarties coloured? Nobody's buying packets of brown Smarties, are they? Nobody's buying packets of just, you know, brown jelly beans. However, here's the thing, right? I don't like the black ones. I actively dislike them. And even in my rating of the jelly bean jar, I left the black ones because I really don't like them. So I started talking to my brain about really all the jelly beans taste like the black ones. So when my brain says, go and have some jelly beans, I've got an automatic response. They all taste like the black ones, don't bother. And he goes, no, they don't. I go, yep, they do. And I have this little discussion. I go, they all taste like the black ones. And so I've been saying that to myself every day. Every day that thought comes in, I just go, they all taste like the black ones. I hate the black ones. I have no trouble resisting the black ones. And this is what I'm saying to myself, I hate black jelly beans. And now I've just started leaving out the black. I hate jelly beans. I don't like them. And actually, honestly, they don't taste that good. Like, they're just blobs of sugar, really. Blobs of sugar shaped into a bean, dyed blue, green, or something like that. So they actually don't really, you know, taste that good. So it's not a big stretch for me to remind myself that actually they will just taste like rubbish. So that's been something that's been very interesting, and I've been working hard on. And I realise, again, what are the traps? What do I do? When am I vulnerable to this sort of chat from my brain? It's when I'm tired, it's when I'm a bit stressed, when I'm overworked, when I have had longer fasting period than I was anticipating, like that. And sorry, I'm just turning this because I don't want the burgers to stick to the bottom. The zucchini is still raw. Just giving them a little turn. So the thing about this is that you can change your thoughts on anything. You can talk to yourself about everything. So yeah, I've talked to myself about jelly beans are just blobs of coloured sugar. They all taste like the black ones, even though my brain might say no, they don't. For me, that is a thought that is going to help me. Okay, because at the end of the day, what do I want? I don't want to be eating those jelly beans. I'm not looking for loopholes. Okay, and we talked a little bit about this today. I'm not looking for loopholes. I'm looking for easy ways out of doing something I don't want to do. What is the easiest way for me to get out of doing this thing that I don't want to do is to talk to myself about it being something else. So these, you know, blobs, these coloured jelly beans are just blobs of ugly sugar that taste like the black ones. They don't entice me at all, is what I talk to my brain about. And what I don't say, because something I've found that is unhelpful for me, it is unhelpful for me to say, don't eat them. Don't eat the jelly beans. It's unhelpful for me to really focus on not doing something, because what do? We want to do it. Our brains are weird like that. You go, you know, it's a bit like don't touch the hot stove. Ooh. You know, don't do this. Ooh, I'm going to give it a go. So that's normal for our brain to you know, and I was talking about the other day, you know, riding a bike and your brain, you see a pothole, you go, don't go in the pothole, don't go in the pothole, don't go, oh, bow, I'm in the pothole. When we focus on not doing something, what we're doing is actually giving it a lot of attention. So another way to think about it is the idea is my brain is going to give me the suggestion of the jelly beans, thinks it's quite a good idea. It's like a train coming into the station. So the jelly bean train has come in and I don't have to get on. I don't have to get on because, in fact, I know that jelly bean train is going to take me to black jelly bean land, and I don't like that. So off it goes. If I try and stand on the station, on the track, and stop it coming in, don't have the jelly beans, don't have the jelly beans, don't have the jelly beans, so just get run over. Okay? So the more you focus on not having something, then the more you have it. And the idea for me, again, working out in life, what is easy for you to moderate? So what is easy, or to regulate? Because I don't like everything in moderation phrase. But I can't moderate jelly beans. I can't moderate blocks of chocolate. I can't moderate things of biscuits. I can moderate a glass of wine. Yay for me. I can have a glass here and there, and I don't need to have the whole bottle. I can't moderate a packet of chips. There's no way I could have a couple of chips and then just put the rest back in the cupboard, like I'll have it tomorrow. Like I just know myself. So the things that are hard to moderate or regulate, then it's much easier for me not to have any. One is too many, 1,000 is never enough. Because as soon as I've had one, it's not like that fixes. If that fixed the urge and I was done then for 2 months, fine, good, yay, hooray, huzzah, that'd be fine. But I don't do that. I don't have one and then go, oh, good, that's nice, I'm done now. I just then go, oh my God, give me another one. And suddenly I'm shoveling them in with no taste, nothing other than just get these into me. I hate that. So I don't want to live like that. And it doesn't feel good for me. All right. Veggies are all cooked. I'm just going to stir through a bit of this stuff. So that was just stirring through a bit of feta. And now, just turn that down a bit. I'm just going to crack a couple of eggs in for my, whatever they're called, Heuvos, something or other, Mexican eggs. Again, doesn't have to be perfect, just fling it in somewhere. Just move that one there. I'll put the lid back on in a mini. And then this is like, I don't know what this is like, some egg Mexican, no Mexican because there's no Mexican spices, but some sort of hamburger egg casserole thingy with quite a lot of feta through it. Just going to put that lid on, let those eggs cook for a couple of minutes and we're done. We're done, lovely. So it has been delightful chatting. Oh yes, Heuvos Rancheros, thank you, good. I knew there was Heuvos and something or other in there. Yes, Mexican name. This is not a Mexican dish. This is Heuvos, hamburgos, rancheros. That's it really. All right, lovelies, have a wonderful evening. I'll take a picture of this and post it. And as you know, the recipe is always available on our blog. And I'm assuming that most of you get our newsletter. If you don't, please sign up. And you can sign up at Real Life Medicine. And we will send it to you every Wednesday at about 6 o'clock. And every Wednesday you will get the recipe that I've cooked on the Tuesday. You get a link to our latest podcast. You'll get a link to our latest blog and a little anecdote about what we've been doing. If you're listening to this, you'll already know I've been to Moulin Rouge. All right, darlings. Wonderful. Talk soon. Bye for now.